As a young man, I had my choices of schools, universities, and colleges. And I worked my choice down to Morehouse College and the University of Louisville. As a young man, I chose the University of Louisville. But now, as a grown man, I do understand that I made the wrong choice.
I used to say Morehouse saved my life. I grew up about a mile from here off of Stewart Avenue. And so I was very close. But I now think differently. I think Morehouse gave me my life. And so being on this campus was always a special experience. In the class, outside of the class. And so the type
at that time there were no internet manuals, there were no color catalogs, so this sort of came on just pure faith. Got here and had never really seen anything like it before in my life. Coming from Kansas City, a lot of our schools and colleges were pretty much large, very large universities,
such as Morehouse. But Morehouse still is unique in its own way, and it's the only college of its type in the world.
Definitely impacted my development a lot. I learned a lot of the skills that I use today when interacting with people in the professional world.
Parallel to none, I tell folks that Morehouse has not only put out many, many great men that have done great things in the community and worldwide, and that span from different walks of life, from whether it be religion, whether it be business, or whether it be even athletics today.
Morehouse is a family, and I can tell you the number of connections that I made either through friends and or other Morehouse grads.
Morehouse is in my family's tradition.
That
my grandfather was Reverend Phil D. Hale Sr., class of 1940. My mother, my grandmother, my aunts all finished Spelman. My younger brother, Lance Pace, finished Morehouse after me in 2007. My sister finished Spelman in 2011. And I also have a couple cousins who finished Morehouse as well. So my family had me wearing Morehouse sweatshirts when I was a baby.
And he said, I want you to take over the cheering squad. I said, what? He said, yes, young man, you are a senior, you can exhibit leadership. I said, okay, Dean, you don't argue with the dean. So we had to do that. And so that's how I met my wife, because during homecoming we had to go over and get the Spelman young ladies to come and cheer with us in sciences.
I had an older brother who was at Morehouse, who was a biology pre-med major, and through his experience, it introduced me to Morehouse, and I was able to see the excellence in Morehouse.
That there was more to it than that. To educate your mind was one thing, but also to demand that there was growth in character, and to not just do it for myself, but to be able to bring that spirit back to other brothers where I came from.
These guys are ready. They're trained. They're disciplined. They have desires and they have goals. And that's what Morehouse is about. People who have goals and desires and dreams who want to go out in this world and make a difference. And a lot of these guys, they make a difference in the world when they get out there. Because I tell people every day, with a degree out of Morehouse, there's nothing that you can't do.
Non-academically speaking, Morehouse taught me a lot about being a friend, being a brother, being a networker.
Physical therapist. Both of those are basically from Morehouse, from years before, but still, it's a bond. It's that unconditional, unbreakable brotherhood that you're going to have for life. So if you
I
want
saw a guy one day in the people's drugstore. He was in Alpha. He said, "Joe Arrington, I heard you were in town." From that day on, I started going every Sunday when the Redskins played somebody. I go to their house and see it. One guy told me, he said, 858. J.K. Jones, he's practicing tennis down in Baltimore. He said, Mo, I said, one big fraternity. Alpha, Omega. When I was up there, not only Kappas, Sigmas, all of them, we all were Morehouse men. We were one big fraternity. Yes, that's how I feel about it. You know, I've gone to different lot of places.